of HogOn Welding LLC. I am one of the founders of Black Weld Inc. I'm one of the five founders. There's five of us, and I'm one of the five founders. And I kind of wanted to introduce myself to you and kind of tell you what we do. So I'm a Black independent welder. I own a company. I started this company in 2017. I actually got it officially off the ground in 2017, got my LLC going. So I've been having things going independently since 2017 on a LLC legit level. I have about 20 years experience. I got familiar with welding at about 17 years old. Once I got out of prison, because I went to prison at the age of 16. So from 16 to 26 years old, I was incarcerated. But while I was incarcerated, I took combination of welding and I learned how to TIG, MIG, and stick in 4 positions. And on top of that, my welding instructor was a master welder. So I finished the class early and he taught me how to stick weld pipe in the 6G position. So as of now, presently, I am a AWS 6G certified stick welder and flux core welder. Plus, I keep my OSHA and I am a NCCER iron worker journeyman. So I have a lot to offer when it comes to helping and teaching independence when it comes to business and welding. And I know a lot of times you see people, online and on social media, and a lot of times it's just talk. They're like, oh yeah, I do this, I do that, but you don't actually see them getting their hands dirty. Well, if you go through my archives on HogOn Welding, you can be able to see when I started, my first jobs, my first equipment, some bad days, some good days, some times on the job, things that makes learning how to weld and learning the business a valuable asset. So a lot of things that I can teach you will be from examples that I've already done. And I will be showing you how to master the stick welding positions and flux core. I think I specialize in those two because I do a lot of that. Now I'm a combination of welder, but I do a lot of stick and flux core. And when it comes to building independence, especially in the Black community, in my personal opinion, a lot of us are field people, we're outside people. So a lot of times when it comes to field repairs, field welding, mobile welding, you don't have to have a GED, high school diploma. You don't have to learn how to know how to read if you have disabilities. But if you're a go-getter and you're a hands-on type of person, you can still learn how to start your business. We can teach you how to do your EIN. Everything that I have done up to this standpoint, I did by myself. It was me and probably a few people I networked with to pay for consultations, but I didn't have a big company or a big team behind me. I had to learn independence from getting my head busted, so to speak. So now that I learned some things, I can actually share. In the team actually that we actually formed the team name together, but the main founder reached out to me and she picked the team members, and then that's how we came up with Black Weld Inc. Because all of us are Black, all of us are tradesmen, hands-on, and we are creative and we think outside the box. So we want to do something that can really help people. So just wanted to tune in and kind of give you some updates on who I am as a person, as an individual. And also about my name. I had a few people ask me why I call myself Black Feniks. Black Feniks actually was a name that was given to me when I was 20 years old. I was incarcerated, and a gentleman seen my growth in prison. He seen how I was growing and developing into a man from a gang banging adolescent, from from being corrupt in the streets. He seen that, and he came to me and seen my change, and he presented me with the word Phoenix. And he showed me, and we ran over the definition. Then we did some history, and he showed me how the bird comes from is a Egyptian mythical bird that consumed itself over 400 years, 400 to 500 years, and then it risen from its own ashes 400 or 500 years later. And it's like a resurrection bird, and it was a bird that resembles change and growth. And he said, from what I have seen in you, brother, you are the Black Phoenix. So he said it just like that. And I remember it touched me that someone seen my growth. And so I took the word and I just changed the spelling of it. I spell it Feniks. So it's Black Phoenix, Feniks. And I represent that because I truly went through a metamorphosis with my life. and I learned a lot of things being incarcerated, and that really helped me. Let me see what you're saying. I see somebody tuning in. Yes, I do. We teach fabrication and welding, and that's one big thing. I specialize in products over talent. I stress that all the time, building products, building products. But before you can learn how to build the products, you have to get the basic fundamentals of welding. And that's why I say stick and flux core, because flux core MIG welding is a product source, and you can build so many products with it. I'm gonna actually show you a few of my products before I end this video, a few things that I build. And there are so many things that you can do, but I teach hands-on fabrication, how to read a tape measure, how to square something, plumb something, level it, how to actually think outside of the box when it comes to fabrication, using different tools and equipment, things like this. So we teach a big thing, like actually a variety of things. It's kind of hard to put a cap, but we start with the welding, and then we give people the opportunity to grow. And just like you said, for those who want to know fabrication, those who want to say, hey, okay, I got this now, I want to learn my business. How do I start my EIN? How do I get my website? We have a team that can do everything from photos, from websites, from logo design. We want to be a company, an independent team that can actually provide everything for our people and to our people, to the community. So at a great rate. So we all know that it takes money to make money. We all know the cost of living. So our goal is just to provide it at a reasonable rate where you're not getting your head busted, and you feel part of the community, and you can actually grow from what we're doing, and you can see that we're putting more into it than what we're asking for it in return. So today I'm going to show you some products, but before I do, I want to do some live welding with you, and I want to do some stick welding and flux core. We probably do both. We probably do a stick and flux core, because I really think that stick and flux core is, like I say, is a great thing, and it's good to be hands-on, and it's good to see someone, because I have been around people that talks a good game. People talk it, but when it comes to walking it and actually doing it, that's where I can be able to show you my independence. And it's 2 cards that I was asked, man, what's the 2 certifications that you really need to be independent, to start your business? And I would say to be in the field, or be a field welder, installer, repair, is 2 good ones, and I have mine. And one of them is your AWS. I am an AWS certified welder. And the inside, it actually shows you when I got started, when I actually got it. And mine is the 1st 18 of 2017. Like I said, I made sure I got my certifications when I started my business. And then I have my OSHA 10. I actually have my OSHA 30, but I went through that through a company, so I paid for this one. This is mine. But I had my OSHA 30, but it was through a company, but this is mine. So if you get both of these, which you can pay for it out of your pocket, this card costs you about $100, and this, a lifetime as long as you in the field. And then your AWS card, it depends on what city, state you in when you get your certifications. They can range from $150 up to $450, $550, depends on what type of certification you're getting. But on the average, you're looking at probably $200, $300. You know what I mean? Between something like that, I say between $200 to $350. Depends on where you're at. So that's a lot of AWS facilities in community colleges. And so what we do, we get you ready to get certified, and we send you to a local place that teaches that's certified AWS welding. So that way, all you have to do is pay for your process. But our goal is to start to certify people ourselves in the future. So our goal is to be a facility where we can actually certify you too. So the goal is to be, like I say, a one-stop shop. So this morning, I wanted to do some live welding with you, with some stick welding first. And we're gonna probably do both, since I said we got both of them here, so we might as well do both, right? So we're gonna jump on some stick welding first, and we're gonna do vertical, because I think uphill is something that once you get all the positions, which we start off on the flat position, but the vertical is one that people always have problems with, people's always struggling with. So I wanted to kind of do something that could help us on an independent scale when it comes to showing you how to go uphill, how to maintain it, and how I do it, just to give you a standpoint that I do know what I'm talking about. Because some people, like I say, people talk a good game. I have people try to say that they was doing a container business, and I specialize in that too. building shipping containers. I turned 40-foot high cubes or 45 high cubes into two 20-foot units. So we do a lot of that, but I have heard people and seen people who said, oh, I do the shipping containers, I do this. And when it all came down to it, they really didn't know what they was doing. But I want to let you know, our team, we actually know what we are doing. The founder, she's hands-on. She's got a weld camp in Ethiopia, and she's doing her welding thing in Sacramento, California. So everybody is hands-on with what we do. If we say we do something, that's what we do. So I think that's a good thing to actually be a part of, because a lot of people ain't like that. So let's jump into this real quick, and so I can get on with it. And we're gonna do a little stick welding first. This is my little positional stand I also made. This is a product, this is fabrication. So this welding position stand, I made this one where, as you see, you can move around and it can come off. So when I'm moving it or whatever, I can still use it in another position. But we're gonna run an uphill beam right up here this morning. Might have to strike a arc from my water filter. Keep going. It's a little cool this morning. I'm in Oklahoma City. It's a little cool. So as you see, we got, make sure my arcing on this one. I got a ground clamp with a magnet on it. I really like them. I have one of those stationary ones, but once I got a good magnet clamp, you can't go wrong with it pretty much, in my personal opinion. So, first thing you would like to do is get positioned wherever you're comfortable. I always like to get my arm right, make sure that you ain't stepping on your lead, because the best thing you have to do be going up and you're like, oh, I can't finish, you know what I mean? I've been there too before, so I get it. So make sure you're comfortable. Being comfortable is good. You can be able to get comfortable this way if you need to, and lift an arm up if you need to. And we're gonna do it like this. Let me do it like this. That way you can see it more. I can pretty much freehand it. There we go. Now we got it ground. It's a little cold, so I'm gonna stop there. It's a little cold. I'm gonna cut up a little bit. Not a bad lead, but it's cold though. Here we go, a little hot. There we go. I know you heard this. And it goes in the welding to maintain the troubleshooting. Normally when I'm doing vertical, I try to keep at least a 15-degree angle. This is an old plate I used the other day. And one good thing you can always notice when your machine is not too hot, and when your machine is too hot, your slag will be dark. When it's set out almost about perfect, it'll be like a brown color, you know, and it'll be easier to come off. You can just rake it off as you see. You don't have to like beat it, you know what I mean? You just kind of rake it off and it'll fall off. So, what we're gonna do, so I went uphill on that. We're gonna switch this machine up. Now we're gonna do a little flux core. This bottom unit is a multi-processor, but it tigs and sticks. And this one, it flux cores only, so I do aluminum, stainless, and steel flux core. So completely two different setups. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run an uphill bead right beside the stick bead. Flux core. So I got a good ground on it. See. Now, as you see, the flux core, it gives a little bit more splatter, so not bad, but it gives a little bit more splatter. And also when you use the flux core, you have to clean it just a little bit. I use, you can use, in different shops, we use a spray solution with a little BBs, it'll be easy to wipe off. When I'm doing certain fabrication, I would leave some of the oil that's on the metal. I don't wipe it all the way down if I got to just weld around a small piece, and that way it won't stick on there. But most definitely when you use these, you'll have to pretty much use those. Yeah, but the goal with flux core is just to maintain it just like you would, you know, with your patterns. If you're doing upside down U's, side to side, zigzags, whatever you do, whatever you prefer is fine. But the goal is, I think, that getting comfortable with it, you know what I mean? Being able to just jump in there and go, and that's what we want to teach you how to do that. And we start in the flat position, and then we teach you 4 positions, and then you can go up and up. So the goal is to be able to teach people how to really gain their independence. And like I say, that's what I teach with HogOn Welding, and that's what we're going to be doing with Black Weld Inc. When we're doing our outreaches and helping and building the business, we'll be doing that as well. So everyone also, I want to say, has their own independent business, from photography, from media, from from welding. Well, it's two welding companies, mine and Weld Jointed. So everyone has something that they got going on. So we all bringing that to the table, and also doing our independent thing too. So for those in the city that I'll be in, right now I'm in Oklahoma City, so I teach independent welding here, doing welding sessions. Hopefully by spring, beginning of spring, I'll be entered into the Atlanta area, Columbus area, Georgia area, around that way, and we'll be also providing independent welding sessions and classes there too, so, and seminars. So stay in tune for that. Just wanted to say we're going to be doing some great things. We are hands-on. I just wanted to dive in actually personally to go hands-on for a second with you, just to let you know that we don't have no problem with working and getting our hands dirty. So I said earlier I was going to show you about some products, and when you're fabricating, there's a lot of things you can do. It's just a few other products that I make, you know, and then also coming up with the prints. You know, when you come up with your blueprints. I think it's important to really think outside the box this year. 2021, we are building independence. HogOn, I'm out.